What's good, family? What's good? What's good? What's good? Check in, man. I know last time I was live was last Friday. Was last Friday. Um, I must admit, man, like lately, my energy and my spirit been down, man. It's crazy. My energy and my spirit been down, man. It's like I would get motivated to start putting out content and start getting back to the grind. But then, like, I'm not myself. I'm not my normal self right now. I'm not. I'm not my normal self. And it's annoying me because it's like, I want to get back to YouTube. I want to get back, but it's like, it's so much emotions and so much things going on right now in this day. And it's like, damn, reality hits you. And nah, I don't need to take a break. I don't need to take a break. I feel like I did take a break. I mean, the last time I came on here was what, Friday. Last time I came on here was Friday. Um, and I feel like I took a break. But like, you see the topic, man. You see the topic. You see what's going on in the world. This is not this is not just about George Floyd. It's not. It's not. This is not just about George Floyd. It's actually bigger than that. It's actually bigger than that, man. It's a lot going on in this world right now. Not just in the USA. It's a lot going on in the world. It's bigger than George Floyd. Exactly. This is not just about George Floyd. It's way bigger than George Floyd. Yo, picture this, right? Picture this. Imagine you and your girl, right? Imagine you and your girlfriend, you and your boyfriend, whatever the case may be, you guys are asleep in your home and you feel very comfortable in the home that you live in, right? You feel comfortable, you feel safe. You're supposed to feel safe in your house. All of a sudden, you probably hear a knock on the door, or maybe not even a knock, somebody just kicking the door, somebody kicking the door. You're caught off guard. So right now you're trying to tap into your, no, I'm not. So like I said before, somebody kicks in the door, and right now you're in like survival instincts, like, oh shit, like what is about to go down, right? But the person who kicked in your door thought that you had drugs and paraphernalia and doing all kinds of all types of criminal activities, right? And you grab for your gun, which is legally own your gun. You grab for your gun, you start shooting at whoever, invaded your privacy, invaded your property. Long story short, the girl that you live with and you woke up next to that same morning, get shot 8 times and die. And then the person who shot your girlfriend, right? This shit is crazy. The person who shot your girlfriend, right, takes you out in cuffs and try to hold you in custody. Their whole reason for kicking into your property is because, they thought that you had drugs, guns, and all types of criminal paraphernalia. They thought, as in, they're just assuming, per se, right? With that being said, I want to say rest in peace to Breonna Taylor. She would have been 27 today. The victim of the 8 shots, Breonna Taylor, Black woman. She was an EMT, and yeah. That's another scenario. Now, I'm talking about 2020 scenarios. Now, imagine you jogging, right? I love to jog. I love to jog. I love to run. I love to run. You're jogging, you're running, you get your cardiovascular, and you're probably listening to some DMX. All of a sudden, you see a very specific, very suspicious car following you while you're jogging. It's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, why is this car following me? Like, you know, you a stalker or something? And you're jogging, you're doing your thing, and all of a sudden, like, they try to the person that's following you with a car traps you, right? And they kind of roll up to you, and you're in survival mode, like, now I gotta defend myself. Long story short, you end up getting shot with a shotgun close range, or you die. Rest in peace to Ahmaud Arbery. This is not just about George Floyd. Truth be told, George Floyd was just the gasoline that lit the fuse. It was just the gasoline that hit the fuse, man. And I hate when people just say, like, oh, you're acting like this just because of a one man. No, this is not just because of one man. This has been a continuation of injustice that's going on. When is enough is enough? When is enough enough? You know, like, come on, man. Let's be real here. When is enough is enough. And then now they're trying to shift the narrative. They're trying to shift the narrative to be like, oh, the looting. Everybody's worried about looting. Everybody's worried about looting, you know, other than the actual problem that's faced before us for years and generations. Racial profiling, police brutality, killing, just killing, racial intent on killing, you know? And I must say, it's been a very hard time for me. It's been a very hard time for me, man. I've really been like trying to grasp the reasons why. I've been trying to grasp the reasons of, like, why does these things happen? Is it me? I don't know, you know? And it's been really rough on me mentally. And this is why I have to come on YouTube to talk to you guys and vent. And I talk to my lady, I talk to my girl, I talk to, people. I get on social media. But I want you guys to know that this is not just about George Floyd. It's not. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that, man. You got to really look back into history. That's the thing. People don't look back into history. People don't look back into the past and understand that there's a cause and effect. People don't understand correlation. People don't understand, like, you really, really, really have to look back into history. Yo, much love from GA, man. Georgia, stand up. No, venting is good, man. Sometimes you got to get off your chest. You got to get off your chest, man. And especially, I got to say, man, especially as a black man, like, it's never easy. It's never easy. It's never easy. And I'm being the one to say that I have to be vulnerable for you guys to understand me. It's never easy. You look over your back 24/7. You never know when law enforcement is gonna, do something to you. And you're abiding by the law. And it's crazy because, like, you see all the injustice being filmed and you can watch it blatantly and it's just like, yo, am I next? When you get stopped by law enforcement, you're like, oh man, I don't even know what's gonna go down, man. Like, you could be peaceful, you could be cooperating, but there's a different agenda in the mind of certain police officers. You see how I said certain, right? It's just a lot going on. It truly is. But I must commend the people out there that's protesting, people that wants to change, man. Like this is way bigger than actually. This is not really much about police brutality. This is about just racism in general, man. Like, what will it take for us to move to the next level as a people? What will it take for us to move as a unit, as mankind? When? When? Like, uh, and wow, it was water in your cup, right? Oh, what's in the cup? And sometimes these things just lead to racially profiling a person because, like, you see a person, a black person, you make an assumption. I don't know how you make assumptions like that. And you could be right, you could be wrong. You could be right, you could be wrong. But it's just the injustice, man. Like, if you're going to arrest somebody, arrest them, Do what you have to do, reprimand them. But then all the extra physicality, putting your knee on somebody's neck for over 9 minutes, even drawing your gun out to shoot the person when they're unarmed. They're not posing no threat whatsoever, but somehow in your mental, you want to pull out the gun and take this person's out. You want to take this person's life. And then you want to say it's an accident. You see, that's the crazy part, right? You take somebody's life who's innocent, then you come home to your family, kiss your wife, kiss your kids, hug your daughter, hug your son, say hello to your uncles and aunts, and and act like everything's okay. But I must say, man, despite everything that's going on right now, I do feel like there's a revolution. I feel like there's a change coming. There's a revolution coming. So yeah, like I said, I feel like there's a change and there's a revolution coming, man. Like, it's crazy. I've never seen this in my life. I'm young, but I've never seen this in my life to the point where all 50 states of America is protesting. All 50 states of this country is protesting against the same thing, against white supremacy, protesting against racism, protesting against police brutality. Not just the 50 states. You have multiple countries in this world protesting the same thing. That's a sign. Like, that's a sign that people are tired and fed up. Where do we all become equal? Where's the equality? Let me see. Wait. But I do know destroying local businesses and random stores is wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. I don't want to make it about the looting, because if I talk about the origin of looting, people are gonna get really upset with me. But I am, because back in 1921, when supposedly all Americans were free, but blacks were under the Jim Crow laws, which means even if you fight for the country, you give your life for the country, you still couldn't vote because your ancestors were slaves. So you had no voting power whatsoever if you were black around the 1920s. In the 1920s, there was a thriving community called Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thriving community. We had businesses, we had infrastructure, We had governments in place. Everything was like, it was literally a Black Wall Street, you know? And because of the uprising of economical power within the 1920s amongst Blacks that wanted to like seek financial freedom and to build within their community, the white supremacists, the racists, and also policemen did not like what was going on. So you know what they did? They planned out an attack. They planned out an ambush to completely destroy Black Wall Street. And long story short, they looted, destroyed, destroyed businesses, killed people, killed innocent Black people, destroyed businesses, and burnt the infrastructure down to the ground. That was in the 1920s. Now, if you want to talk about more looting, then look at what Europe have done to the continent of Africa. The looting of natural resources. The looting of natural resources. Diamonds, gold, carbon, copper, magnesium, everything that you could think of. If you want to talk about more about looting, we can, you know. So for me, the whole looting and rioting, it doesn't faze me. It happened in '92 when Rodney King trials. Like, people have to understand that the rioting and the looting and the disturbances is a buildup. You just don't riot and loot for no reason. There's a reason behind everything. There's a reason behind every single thing. Yes, there's some people that are opportunists, whatever. But like I said, there's a reason behind everything. This country was founded on blood. This country was founded on blood and violence. See? So when people want to talk about looting and people want to talk about breaking into businesses and destroying Gucci and destroying all these designer brands, I'm like, it doesn't really faze me. It really don't. I'm just like, look into history. Look into history and look what has happened. Because at the end of the day, everybody's fucking looting. It's either you're Black, you're Asian, you're white, you're Middle Eastern. It doesn't matter. Everybody's looting. I've seen it firsthand. Everybody was looting. Spanish, Black, white, don't matter. Wow. The Boston Tea Party was definitely rioting and looting, for sure. This country was founded upon that, man. And another thing too, peaceful protest. Nothing wrong with it. Definitely nothing wrong with it. But then when you have a man like Colin Kaepernick, who wants to exercise his First Amendment, the right to freedom of speech, his was very nonverbal. He chose to take a knee during the national anthem. And then you want to call this man a terrorist, you're disrespecting the flag, you're this, you're that, you're sending death threats. This man is peacefully protesting. This man is exercising his First Right Amendment. And now you want to say he's this, he's that. And then when people start to show the non-peaceful protests, it's also a problem. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Wow. Yeah, I know, brother. Like, it's a very different reality being Black. Not just being Black in America, being Black. It's a different reality, and you grow up learning how to deal with certain situations, and there's some people who don't know how to deal with certain situations. You know, like I remember growing up, my mother always telling me, you can't do this, you can't do that. If you go to a police officer or if you go into law enforcement, this, that, and the third. And it was just like almost rules and regulations that you have to abide by, because it's just like every day you walk, you are a target for something, for something, for something. You know, you can be innocent till kingdom come, but you're just a target, and that's how they view you. I'm gonna check it out. I mean, peaceful protests. Look what they did to Martin Luther King. Peaceful, peaceful, peaceful man. Look what he did to him. Assassinated him right on the balcony, shot him dead. Peaceful protesting. You know? It's like, what do you want? We come to you with peace. All we want is reform. All we want is equality. It took a riot. It took a riot, looting, protesting in all 50 states, and it took worldwide awareness just to charge four cops in the death of George Floyd. Let me say that again. It took looting, rioting, protesting in 50 states, and protesting worldwide just to charge 4 cops. 4 cops in the death of George Floyd. Oh my gosh. Yo, all of that, just to charge 4 officers. At this point, you rather see the country burn down. You rather see the country go into economic turmoil. You rather see the looting and the destruction, rather than to just charge the 4 officers in murder. We don't know, brother, but they have bail. See, that's the messed up thing, though. They have bail, and I can tell you that there's a high chance they're going to get donations to bail all 4 of those officers out. It's sad, but it's true. It's sad, but it's true. Don't start clapping yet. Oh, we charged them. The judge has said you have a chance for bail. And when you have a chance for bail, no matter how high the bail, no matter how low the bail, it's still a chance. Listen. He probably, listen. Yeah. Did you know back in 2015? You see, Andrew, you're falling into the trap. You're falling into the trap, my brother. You notice I said this is not just about George Floyd. I read up on what George Floyd did. He lived a life of crime, this, that, and third. Back in 2005, he did all types of despicable shit. Like I said before, this is not just about George Floyd. George Floyd is just the gasoline that lit the fuse. That's it. He did what he did. He was a scumbag. He was a slime, this, that, and third. But he was not supposed to die the way that he died. And that's what lit the fuse, especially being visual on camera. You got to look back into your history. All the times that things like this have happened and there was no justice. Amadou Diallo, back in 2001, shot 40 times by 2 undercover cops who thought that he was into some criminal activity. An African immigrant shot 40 times. Sean Bell was shot, I think 30 to 40 times, probably a day before his wedding. Killed. Nobody charged. Eric Gardner, strangled to death. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Strangled to death over selling some cigarettes. Strangled to death over selling some cigarettes, which is not legal. Strangled to death. Yeah. No justice there. Trayvon Martin, shot and killed by George Zimmerman. No charges there. Man, you want me to keep going? Like, Philando Castile, shot right on Facebook Live, shot on Facebook Live, dead in front of his girlfriend, in front of his daughter. No charges there. Freddie Gray, beaten to death. No charges there. Rodney King, beaten like a damn dog in 91. No charges there. That's what kind of sparked the LA riots. You get my point. This is not just about George Floyd. This is not just about George Floyd. Tamir Rice, 12-year-old, killed. Oh my gosh. We can sit here and name the names that had no justice. Sandra Bland, God rest her soul. Sandra Bland. Oh my God. No charges there, no justice there. As I'm naming these names, I'm kind of getting a little bit angry, and I don't want to get angry. Like, I'm trying to talk to you guys and vent and really express the way that I feel, yo. Not just as a black man, but just as human. You know, like, everybody want to talk about older black this, black that. I want to talk to you as a human, you know? What's good, Ronald? Brother D. Nubian, what's good, man? Over close to 500 years of wickedness. Peace, Justin Tom. Oscar Grant. This is too much names. Like, listen, man. This is too much names, man. This is too much. It's too much. It's a lot going on, man, but I feel like a change is gonna come, man. A revolution is happening. A change is gonna come. I don't know how, but like, it's the first time in my life that I have seen a worldwide protest. I have never seen anything like that in my life. Yo, Black Bleach, thank you so much for the $5 donation. We gonna be all right. Quoted by Kendrick Lamar, man. We gonna be all right. Yeah, we gonna be all right, man. But with us being all right, we got to put in that action. We got to show awareness. And I was out there protesting, man. I was out there this week. I was out there. I was next to black people. I was next to white people. I was next to Asians. I was next to Spanish. I was next to Middle Eastern. I was next to everybody. I'm in New York, so it's like, you know, we mixed and shit. I was out there protesting. And like I said before, this is not just about George Floyd. George Floyd just the gasoline that lit the fuse, man. We was talking about Breonna Taylor. We was talking about Ahmaud Arbery. You know, and just countless others. Not much has changed. Not much has changed, except for like, there's no. Not much has changed, D Nubian, except for like there's no like, oh, there's a white section and there's a color section. But it's funny because in some parts of South Africa, they still doing that. They still, even though apartheid ended in '92, they still have this whole colored and white thing, the separation, you know. And I'm like, yo, we really still doing this? That's how I look at it too. The whole rioting and looting is like, yo, burn down the injustice system that's in place and start anew. Just like how you burnt down Black Wall Street. But people don't talk about that. People don't look into history, yo. People do not look into history and learn that there's a cause and there's effect. Imagine being a prominent business owner, a prominent Black business owner within a Black community that you help build up, and you're like, you know what? We finally start to see some changes. We're starting to move to a new form of Black economics in general. And all of a sudden, you get ambushed by the KKK, you get ambushed by angry white supremacists, you get ambushed by even the police that's supposed to protect and serve. But what you don't know is that the police system is based on the KKK. What you don't know, people don't look into history. The police system in America is based on the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan. Because though they were the police, well, anytime runaway slaves will run away from their slave masters, they were policing in a way, per se. That's what they used to call it. Listen, you have to understand, white boy swag. America, America, man. Listen, this is a country based on blood, injustice, slavery, everything you could think of. There was never no peace. You have to understand that America had one time a civil war to see if slavery is going to still exist or not. There was a civil war between the North and the South to see if slavery is going to still exist or not. Imagine if the South had beat the North. Slavery would still be here to this day. That's crazy. Like, racism is everywhere in the world. We're not going to say it's only America. But the way that Black people are treated here, my God. Wow. I'm just speaking from my own experiences as well, too. Like, I've dealt with racism. I've dealt with prejudice, not just online, but in person as well. I've been racially profiled by law enforcement, by cops, by people. And it's just like, before you start to racially profile me and start making assumptions about me, get to know me first. I'm human just like you. We bleed the same blood. Yeah, I might have more melanin than you, but we all bleed the same blood. The 50s and 60s was wild. And I'm young, but I do look into history. Imagine being a young Black boy being accused of whistling you whistle. How you whistle? Okay, whatever, you whistle. But imagine being accused of whistling at a white woman. One night you're sleeping, You're sleeping and you thinking about, you having dreams, and you like, yo, I can't wait to go to school tomorrow and see my friends. You're sleeping, right? Somebody kicks in the door, drags you out the house, beat you to a pulp, and hang you like you're less than nothing, all because you were accused at whistling at a white woman in the 50s and 60s. Say his name, Emmett Till. Emmett Till, yeah, Emmett Till. I don't know if I could live in that era, the 50s and 60s. I don't know, man. That's a rough era. Come on, man. Let's put those little arguments to the side, man. I'm just here to talk to you guys and see if we can build with one another, man. Mm. In jail? See, it's just a lot of injustice that goes on in this world today, man. And you can't just be oblivious. You can't just be oblivious and act like white supremacy don't exist. Like that's crazy. Like for you to think like, oh, that doesn't exist. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I feel you, Jim. I feel you. I feel you. Drew Brees. See, that's the thing. People won't understand reality, or people won't understand until it happens to them, or if it happens too close to home. You can never be in a position where it's like, man, that will never happen to me. That will never happen to me, and you start being oblivious and you just start being like, you untouchable. Never, never, never. Yo, you have to understand that the black community, we're plagued with a lot of trauma, yo. We're plagued with a lot of trauma, a lot of trauma, um, a lot of trauma, a lot of trauma. You try to be peaceful, you try to do the right thing, you try to be an upstanding citizen, and you're still getting played for that. You're still getting looked down because you still being looked down because of that. It's like, what do you do? What do you do? You get put in positions where you get put in positions where you have options. You can make it out. Well, how are you gonna make it out? And everybody have a choice. Everybody have a choice. But I'm just like, yo, the things that are systematically placed, especially in certain neighborhoods, the food that we eat, the access to healthcare, yo, the foods that we eat, the businesses and establishments that's in certain neighborhoods. There's no progression. There's no progression, man. There's no progression whatsoever. A lot of PTSD, a lot of trauma and PTSD, man. Thank you, Banto. I appreciate that. Yo, Jim, I'm all for peace. I'm a peaceful brother, my damn self. But it's like, yo, when you put somebody in a corner for so long, getting pushed in the corner, you're getting pushed in the corner. You trying to get out that corner, right? You keep pushing me in the corner, man. I'm claustrophobic. You keep pushing me in the corner. What are you gonna do? There's no space to the left or the right. I'm gonna start pushing back. I'm gonna start fighting back. And this is what's happening in this world today. There's a global revolution, and I'm really starting to love it. I'm really starting to feel it. I love it. The people protesting, like I said before, I was out there protesting. You check my YouTube story, I was out there protesting. Well, it's funny. That protest I did in 2016, I did it with my son. If y'all know my son, I did it with my son and everybody else. But this week, I was out there protesting. You want your voice to be heard, especially in a time like this. If you don't say anything, that means you don't care. And it's funny because it's communication per se. If you study communication, if you do not say anything and something's clearly bothering you, it comes off as you're nonchalant about it or you don't care. So the reason why we're protesting and we're going on the front lines is because we care about this shit. We care about equality. We care about having better school systems. We care about having health care. We care about bettering our community. We care about ending police brutality. We care about destroying the fabrics of racism. Like, also another thing too, like I know you guys see me as a YouTuber because I'm on YouTube and I'm successful on YouTube. I'm happy. And I couldn't be successful on YouTube without you guys. So thank you guys for supporting me for so long. I know you guys see me as a YouTuber. You see me as that strong vegan guy. You see me as, the CMOS guy. You see me as the guy that put out content and this, that, and third. But it's way more to me than that. Like I said before, I look into history. I'm very conscious. I hate the word woke. I hate the word woke. I'm very conscious about my surroundings. I'm very conscious about what's going on in the world today. And I speak my mind freely. So when I come on this live stream and I start to speak my mind, I start to speak to you guys, I want you to understand where I'm coming from. I had somebody, try to check me talking about, you're a YouTuber, you're a fitness trainer, you're not an activist. They try to come at me for that, and I'm just like, yo, don't be fooled. There's more than meets the eye. And never allow anybody to box you in. I would never allow anybody to box me in, for sure. I'm a man of many different hats, and I wear them proudly. I'm a man of many different hats, and I wear them proudly. And I'm going to express myself. I'm going to speak my mind, especially on things that I want to express. From the Europe perspective, it looks like you guys. Yo, honestly, I wouldn't want to say a civil war. We just want justice. That's all, man. We just want justice. Too many George Floyds happen off camera. It's just that we're in a day and age where people can take out their phone and they can record anything that goes on. Anything that goes on. But you go back into like the 90s or you go back into the 80s, shit was going down. But there was no cameras. Camera where? It was just your word versus the other person's word or evidence per se. Slavery will never exist anymore, for sure. We've been there, done that. Like I said, I'm not my ancestors. I'll fuck you up. Like, don't even, you know what I'm saying? I'll fuck you up. But yeah, slavery's not coming back. We can look past that. But the aftermath of slavery brought extreme prejudice and racism and white supremacy. That was the aftermath of it. Like, yeah, you used to be a slave, but we still gonna like, make sure that you don't have any kind of equality whatsoever. Mm. Listen, man, that's why Haiti became the first black country to be liberated. You think Haiti would be liberated if they came in there peacefully, talking to the Europeans, because it's the French that colonized Haiti, talking to the French, talking about peace? Nah. In order to be peace, sometimes there's got to be war, and that's what happened. That's how Haiti became free. Viva la revolution. But that's like in the 1800s. I get it, but I don't think there has to be a civil war just to get justice. I don't think there has to be a civil war, man. It don't gotta be a race war. It don't gotta be something like that. Yeah, quiet and quick, just like that. See, that's the thing. Like I said, I'm a man of many different hats, So I read books, and I read on Sun Tzu, The Art of War, and in that book, I never forget this. Proceeding into war without strategy is blatant suicide. You can't just go into a war. You can't just go into a coup d'etat and not have a strategy. You got to strategically plan out what you're going to do. Okay, this is where it's going to be right here. All right, this is where we're going to debunk the enemy. This is where, all right, everything has to be a strategy. It has to be a plan in place, man. We can't just go out there wilding. I agree. They definitely need to be more reform in the police departments. They need to retrain the officers. They need to retrain the so-called law enforcement. Because this ain't it. I listen to Minister Farrakhan from time to time. Which race commits the most crime? Honestly, bro, I don't know. Like, I feel like when we get into the whole which race commits the most crimes in America, we can sit here and talk for days. Yes, there's gonna be statistics, but I feel like some statistics are rigged per se. You gotta understand, America is a melting pot. There's so much diversity, so much people in here. Look, you got Mexicans that's in the Mexican cartel. You got the black people that's into gang banging and shit. You got the white people that's into the white collar crimes and the can't get. It's just too much. It's just too much. I wouldn't want to talk about, which race commits the most crimes in America. Fuck it. America was created by crime itself. I don't, yeah, so those numbers are definitely skewed. For sure. Genocide of the Native Americans, the original Native Americans that inhabited this land. Us black people, we came from Africa. They brought us here. We wasn't originated here. No, no. But the originals, the Native Americans, they were here and they were a victim of the genocide, the killing of Native Americans. What brought about smallpox, disease, and all types of deliberating things. Black people were already nah, I don't know. Black people were not in America before slavery. No. Like I said before, we were brought here on a ship. Well, you know, Africa was like a free for all. The continent Africa was a free for all. You had slaves that went to America. You had slaves that went to the West Indies. You have slaves that went to different parts of the world. It was a free for all where the Europeans came and they colonized and they took what they can take as far as for the slave trade. So you're saying that black people were here before they took us on the ship? I mean, Mello, we can debate and we can talk. Like, I don't mind, but I'm just like, where is the evidence and facts of that? Like, okay, black people were here before they brought us on the ship. Because what's logical to me is that black people, our origin is the continent of Africa. And like I said before, global colonialism amongst Europeans, there's a free for all. They started taking people here, there, and everywhere. Mm. From what I do know, yeah, we were traveling the world and we were ruling like the richest man in the world, Mana Musa. We had Timbuktu, we had Timbuktu, we had Mali, we had Kush, we had the Gold Coast, we had many different empires, even Ethiopia. The first, what was it? The first Christian or Catholic church was founded in Ethiopia and used to come to us for trade. We were merchants, we were scholars. It's just history like that. But yeah, I'll definitely look more into that. Yeah, the Australian yeah. Oh, oh man. Oh wow. Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much for the $10 donation, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. Like I said, I don't ask for donations, but you guys give, I receive with a kind heart, man. Thank you. Wait, hold on. But yeah, man, it's a lot that we can talk about, man. It's a lot. But I feel good, and I feel really good, and I feel great that I can come on this platform and I can talk to you guys and just, just express what I'm trying to get out, man. For sure, for sure. Um, my news and experience. And it's sad because with this whole reform, you got to cut down on corruption because at one point they tried to what's the word I'm looking for, fabricate the autopsy of George Floyd and say that it was this, it was that, you know, he died because of such and such reasons. He didn't die because the pressure of the knee was on his neck. He died because of another reason, So it's a lot of corruption, man. I don't know. You just gotta do the best you can. But yo, I'm about to leave. I'm about to leave out in a few. Um, I think I'm getting there. I think I'm getting there. Getting there. I should be able to start putting out videos and stuff like that. Oh, oh my gosh, I'm tired. But definitely, you have anything that you want to say to me right now, you can say it right now. For sure, man. Yeah, I broadcast my workouts from time to time. Like April, I was doing a lot of live streams and broadcasting, but I'm trying to get back into the algorithm, so I got to start posting actual YouTube videos. But from time to time, I'll broadcast my workouts. Yeah, Justin, I won't, man. Yeah, I will. It's crazy. I don't know how to post my cash app, yo. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to pin it. Yeah, I went out there. I protested in New York, man. I listen. This is not the first time I protested. So people that's trying to come on here talking about, oh, you trying to protest just to like, what's the word these kids be using? Clout. You trying to protest just to show just to. I don't know. I've been protesting since 2015. Since 2015, I've been protesting. D Nubian, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You always coming through with that knowledge, man. Okay, I'm gonna throw my cash app in the chat since you guys wanted to be in the chat. Um, this is my cash app. I can't pin it, you know what I'm saying, but I can only throw it up like that. And it's crazy too. Like people will try to say Black people try to say Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization, which is crazy to me. They don't kill people. They don't antagonize people. They don't. Shit, that's crazy. How you can say that Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization, right? But you won't admit, and you won't truly see that the KKK is a terrorist organization. You don't see neo-Nazis as you don't see the neo-Nazis as a terrorist organization. When these are people are killing, these people are come on, man. These people are killing, these people are racially attacking people. These people are racially destroying property, but you don't say that's a terrorist organization. But all of a sudden, a movement that's trying to stand up for the injustice among minorities, not just black people, minorities. And see, that's the thing that people need to understand, yo. When I think it was probably last year or 2 years ago, there was a killing that happened in the Bronx, where I'm from, right? There was a killing that happened in the Bronx, where I'm from, and it was the Dominican gang. It was a Dominican gang that like brutally murdered this other Dominican kid. Best believe that black people, all types of other people, but black people were in the front lines asking for justice and asking to put those killers away. It wasn't no black on white. It wasn't no this, that, and third. But we stood next to the Dominicans. We stood next to the Hispanic Junior. Exactly. We stood next to the Hispanic community. And we said, yo, justice needs to be served. And it wasn't no racial profiling. You know? So people can't tell me that, oh, Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization. Where the fuck? Where? All of a sudden, there's an organization that's trying to stand up for black people, to trying to stand up for, make sure that another Emmett Till don't happen, another Rodney King don't happen, another Sean Bell don't happen, because Black Lives Matter didn't exist when the Sean Bell incident happened. Another Amadou Diallo don't happen. Come on, man. Yo, Aldo, shit is crazy, man. But like I said before, it's a global revolution happening, man. It's a global revolution happening. Yo, thank you. Yo, Dawson, thank you so much. Yeah, it says Dawson, but yo, Dawson, thank you so much for the $50 donation on Cash App, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you guys so much, man. Like I said, I don't ask for donations, but are you going to protest in Washington? I am. I protested in New York. That's where I'm from. But I'm going to stand up for what's right, man. I'm going to stand up for what's right. Like I said before, this is not just about George Floyd, man. This is for all the injustice. Not only black people, but overall white supremacy and overall police brutality. Not just for black people. No. Everybody. Come on, man. Yo, Montu, you naming the names, man. It's too many. It's just too many, man. It's too many. We'll be here for another hour if I have to name those names. You gotta do, yo. You just gotta like learn to, you know what I mean? It's just a lot, man. It's a lot. It's a lot. You want black people to vote Democrats, don't do it. Yo, honestly, it's scary, man. I don't know. It's scary. All of a sudden, like, yo, we didn't even get a chance to like vote back in like the 1920s, 30s, all those times. And it's like now they're saying your vote count, but then there's some corruption within each of these parties. It's like, yo, what do you do? Some cops is. I agree, yo, Aldo. I agree that not all cops are bad. I agree. Like for me, I'm just like it's the individual. You know what I'm saying? It's the individual. Oh, handmade, yo, handmade. Thank you so much for the $5 donation, man. I appreciate you, Richard White. I mean, I didn't mean to pull out your government like that, but handmade. Thank you so much for the donation, man. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much, man. Trinidad in the building. Proud to be black. Yo, big up on my Trinity people, man. I love Trinidadians. Uh, yeah, it's a lot going. It's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on. I don't know, man. I was out here, man. I was out on 42nd Street, man, protesting, man. Like, people just want justice. People want reprimands. People want to see a change in the world. And it's like I've never seen a global protest. I've never seen all 50 states protest. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there's always going to be some kind of chaos, and there's always going to be some, I don't want it to be chaos. I don't want it to be casualties. Um, I'm I'm definitely against the whole burning, the burning and the things like that. It's almost like you're repeating what happened in now Trump does it in a different kind of way. Bro, yo, D Nubian, yeah, man. There's some heartless people out there, man. There's some heartless people out there, man. It's people just like I don't give a fuck, and they express it with the way that they act, and the same exact thing happened in Paris. It's worldwide, man. It's worldwide. It's worldwide. It's a worldwide agenda. Like, what? We killed another black man in Paris the same way. Listen, man, I know a lot of racist shit, and a lot of prejudice shit happens in France, especially in Paris. I've been to Paris, and the way that they treat immigrants is so disgusting. The way how they treat black people is so disgusting in France, in Paris, per se. It is filthy, it's disgusting. Knowing that you colonize these people, you break down these people, and then a good, I wouldn't say a good, but some of the women are forced into prostitution because there's no jobs available because you don't make no jobs available. Man, France, Belgium, it's man, the way how Europe, I don't want to say, but yeah, yeah. But nobody gets killed. Yeah, I know Italy. Yeah, I know Italy. Italy have the way how they treat immigrants is real fucked up too. But I understand where you're coming from on White Boy Swag. I understand where you're coming from. Like, yeah, there's prejudices, there's racism, things like that, but you don't see nobody getting killed on video and getting shot, you know, out of just because. Yo, all right, listen, guys. I gotta go take care of something. I thank you guys so much. I thank you guys so much. I've been on here for like an hour and some just, speak my mind and speak my piece. Like I said, I gotta get my mind together, man, to get back on these YouTube videos so I can get back in the algorithm. Shit, man. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. Listen, man. I want to say, listen, use your voice. Use your voice, man. Stand up for what's right and use your voice. Like I said, this is not just about George Floyd. This is just about injustice in general. Use your voice. I plan to use my voice. I know I'm a fitness YouTuber, this, that, and third, and whatever, but I have a voice. I have a platform. I'm gonna use it, and I'm gonna talk to, I'm gonna talk to my people and let them know what's up. What can we do? What can we do to bring change? I'm all about change, man. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody said pin my. I'm gonna pin my cash out one more time before I go. Then I'm out of here. Thank you, Joy. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'll try to do my best. Get into politics more. I want to say like get into politics more, man. I just want to just what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. I want to say I'm a political person, but I just want things to be ordered and for there to be justice. That's all, man. True. But yo, guys, I'm gonna see you guys later. Yo, who knows? I might come back and start doing live workouts again. But I'm gonna definitely. I gotta put some videos out there, man. I gotta get back in the algorithm, man. But I'm trying to start a new uploading schedule. Like, I feel like I don't want to upload in the early morning. Like I used to upload like at 9 and 8 a.m. I want to try uploading like around 11, 12, even 10:30. I'm gonna try to start uploading videos around that time. Doing some change and some reforming. Yeah, man, I know. Aldo, I appreciate you, man. All right, guys, I'm out, man. I appreciate you guys.